for you, Dr. Hammond. So Bill C-45 makes several distinctions in relation to promotion, packaging, and labeling of cannabis products. For example, allowing the production of branded products as long as they are not considered to be appealing to youth, or the promotion of cannabis in circumstances where the promotion could not be seen by a young person. So this sort of makes sense in theory, but do you believe it'll work in practice? Or do you think cannabis companies will get creative in working with these restrictions? So the bottom line is, would you be in favor of a total ban on cannabis advertising in these early stages?
Thank you for your question. I think the critical component of C-45 is that not only does it say you can't do lifestyle and you can't do it appealing for kids, but it says that you cannot communicate any of that outside an adult-only venue. And that is the key piece. That's the piece that the companies would like to change. They'd like to have a 70% threshold. And as Ms. Forrest indicated, that's actually the threshold that we have for unhealthy marketing to kids for food. And a lot of you will know that that has not been effective, in the least to the extent that we're developing a new act. So at a minimum, it has to restrict any advertising or promotion that will reach children. And I think the act is quite reasonable in that it is modeled on the tobacco marketing regulations in Canada. So you will be able to do it in a bar, you will be able to do direct to individual. But maybe the best answer to your question is that is why the package is so important, because the package is a traveling billboard, and the package goes around with people, it sits in people's homes, it sits on the table and in their pockets. And that's why plain packaging is so important at closing that loophole. So will they be creative? Yes. Do the existing regulations go far enough? I certainly would suggest that they should not be weakened any further. And they provide a pretty good platform, but the key is banning it to any channel that may reach children. So no TV, no print, etc.
Okay. What about internet? That gets pretty impossible.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, the thing is that as with tobacco now, the rules can say that no companies can have a paid promotion. They can't do it through a third party, and that is important. We can't regulate people posting themselves or reading blogs, but that's qualitatively different than paid internet. I have 3 kids, and I get pop-up ads, they get pop-up ads. That's different than pursuing a blog. So there are ways of restricting internet. It doesn't mean we remove everything, but those are an important component.
Okay, if I could just pursue, you mentioned packaging. Do I still have a little time? Oh, great.
A couple of minutes.
If I could just pursue that for a moment, because when you spoke to the House of Commons Health Committee last year, you did talk about the importance of plain packaging, as you have for us this evening. And the government released its plans for cannabis packaging, and there are some notable differences when compared to the plain packaging regime for tobacco products outlined in Bill S-5, including colors and brand elements. So in your view, is it necessary for cannabis packages to have colors and brand elements in order to, the excuse it's given, shift sales from the black market?
Let's be very clear about this. The black market is driven by price and product availability. It is not driven by packaging, and I can say that because we have multiple countries that have brought in plain packaging for tobacco products. So that is a very convenient narrative, but it is not an accurate one, full stop. To your second question, I call the regulations for cannabis plain packaging-ish, because as you know, it still allows some branded imagery, but no bigger than the government symbol that says cannabis. And it says it has to be one color, but you could make it pink. Now, look, I've spent more of my life testing whether pink packages target young girls compared to others. So I think that still allows them an opportunity to target it. It's not up to me to tell the government what to do, but that will allow quite a bit of leeway between an image and the use of different colors for different products to target products. And if you're asking me, is that possible to make them more appealing to kids, I would say yes.
Okay, thank you. Am I out of time?
You're out of time.
Oh, thank you. Okay, maybe next time.